I think the American people are seized with a serious case of buyer's remorse. They've had a chance to see all of this on full display for a year and a half, and they don't see any results. And so I think the decision is going to be to go in a different direction. Now, what could that mean for the country? Let me hasten to say, I don't want the president to fail. I want the president to change. And it wouldn't surprise me if a few days after the election he had an epiphany. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're not already thinking about it down there. For example, some of you may have noticed that I had a private meeting with the president a few weeks ago. You would think, what's unusual about that? For the president to meet with a Senate Republican leader would not be considered unusual. It made the news. You know why? It had never happened before. For 18 months, we had never had a private meeting. It was his request, and we agreed we weren't going to talk about what we talked about, and I'm not going to, but I will say this. I have a feeling he's going to be seeing a lot more of me. So let's just consider a little recent history. If you recall, President Clinton started off on the far left, and the public decided it was not interested in going there, and those were in good economic times. There wasn't a kind of overhang you have here of a really bad economy. And the country decided it didn't like the direction. And I never will forget, it was almost like an out-of-body experience. We all gather in the House of Representatives for the State of the Union every year. And it was the State of the Union in early 1995, and President Clinton stood there before us and the American people, and he began his speech as follows. The era of big government is over. We were just guffawing in our seats with unrestrained laughter. But I cite that to make the point that President Clinton actually rebounded. He got reelected. Most people thought he was a successful president. The things that you would associate with the Clinton administration, like welfare reform and balanced budgets and trade agreements, were the Republican agenda. Regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, you could make an argument